taking into account the fact that I can use some improvement on how I package the message and the points and the lessons that I'm trying to get across. Since I know that I have not perfected that, then I tend to flip it, rearrange it, repeat it in different ways. So be a little patient with me, if you will. Be a little patient with me. I'm working on that, you know? I'm working on improving my communication skills. Improving my communication skills. So be patient with me. Be a little patient with me. What were we talking about? Coming up on a weigh station, these guys are usually open. Alabama and Mississippi are usually open. When I go through a weigh station, those of you who have been around a while, you've heard me say this before. When I go through a weigh station, I usually have my lights on day and night, and don't keep junk on the dash unless it's my bills, and most of the time I don't have that on the dash. And I follow the speed on the sign. There's none of this slowing down 20 miles per hour slower than the sign. I go to speed on the sign. Alabama a little crazy because they change it up like quick like. So it starts 30, 20, 15, like where's point? And this one it says 10 right here and then 15 on ramp speed. So I guess you go through here at 10. As soon as you pass it, go to 15. But if I was them, I wouldn't put those signs there together like that. But anyway, yeah, the reason I have my lights on day or night is because I look at it as if I was a DOT officer. Say I have a quota and I want
on the road.
And I want to pull some trucks over, right? I have to figure out a way to decide what truck, what's the best way to spend my time. Okay, I need to write some tickets today. I need to do my job today. Now y'all got a problem with them, the end result, which is writing the ticket. But if they're doing the job, then they're going to end up writing the ticket. And of course, they can't be petty and find some stuff. Well, a lot of times they're not doing that, otherwise every truck be pulled over. Anyway, so I need to come up with a plan on who to pull over to inspect, right? Would you pull over a truck that the lights are already running? I mean, the lights are on, and I can see that the lights are on, which means, they're either working or they're not. If the lights are on and I see all the lights burning, they already have gone a good way. I already know that part of the inspection they're gonna pass. See how this person sped up pretty good. He looked over, he saw the truck, he recognized my speed, he hit the gas. You see the difference in what I'm saying? I was about to get over, but at the same time that I saw him speeding up. So see the difference in how you read the traffic? The other guy, there was no noticeable difference in his speed. This guy, it was easy to see that he sped up. So obviously, he looked over, he saw what I was doing, he made a judgment call on my speed, and he hit the gas. All right, so back to the DOT weigh station situation. You need to decide on what truck you're gonna pull over and inspect. One has the lights on, the other one doesn't. Which one gives you greater opportunity to find a reason to write a ticket? The one with no lights on. because you don't know if their lights work or not. If the lights are on, then you know the lights work. That already eliminates the probability of writing a ticket for bad lights. So, yeah, that's a part of critical thinking since we are there. If that's okay, then, you know, this is great application. So when you're talking about DOT officers, because I've said on videos that we have, to a great degree, lack the ability to do critical thinking. Deductive reasoning is a part of critical thinking. Logic is a part of critical thinking. If I'm a DOT officer and I need to achieve a goal today of showing that I've done my job, you know, I need to write some tickets. I'm not saying that y'all have to, this is how y'all got to do it, how they got to do it. But I'm just saying, if I have a goal today that that I want to write at least 5 tickets or whatever, find 5 problems, correct 5 issues that's on the highway, improve the safety of the highway by 5 write-ups, then I have to think of a plan, or I have to have some type of a plan for going about doing that. And it makes sense to do what I just said. Okay, I want to use my time as wisely as possible. What is a method I can use in order to do that? These trucks that have their lights on, unless I see something else about the truck that makes me want to pull them over and check them out, like the truck look raggedy, the truck sound crazy, I see excessive vibration of certain parts, look like they might fall off, you know what I'm saying? I see fluid leaking under the truck when he goes across the scale. Unless I see some of that stuff, then I'm just going to have this guy keep it moving. And I'm going to check the guy out that doesn't have lights on. All other things being equal, I'm going to check the guy with no lights on, then I'm going to check the guy with the lights on. That's using critical thinking skills. Now, suppose instead of looking at it that way, he just went any, mini, miny, mo. Well, that's not critical thinking skills. You see the difference? And what's important is for all of us to learn how to use critical thinking. Actually think about the stuff that we do more often. Because if you don't, then you're just running on autopilot and you're doing an any, mini, miny, mo game. You're just guessing. You're just doing stuff with no type of logic, common sense even, oftentimes, behind it. And that's how a lot of people operate. Back to my video that says it's so easy to get ahead. When you look at the fact that a lot of people just do stuff and don't really think about it, then if you are someone who actually thinks about what you do before you do it, there's a process, there's a reason behind, there's reasoning behind the things that you do, then you could get ahead. I mean, if you add that along with other elements like creativity and, again, empathy, the ability to see things from other people's perspective. How do you solve a problem if you can't put yourself in somebody else's shoes? How do you improve someone else's life or place of work or process for doing something, accomplishing a task, completing the goal? How do you make improvements if you can't put yourself in that person's shoes, if you can't see it from their perspective, if you can't experience it from their point of view? It's pretty difficult. That means you have to be even smarter. In academia, you got to be even smarter to be able to do that, but you're still doing a lot of time spending, because have you ever seen people who are book smart but they lack common sense, or they don't care about, well, they kind of go hands in hand. I don't want to start a debate on this. Like, look at this guy. Speed limit 67 and we're going 67, they won't speed up and go down the road. That's lacking common sense. I like, who you want with you? This guy that's riding beside me, look at him. That's lacking common sense. But have you ever seen people with great skills, but it seems like they've lost all their common sense? Good in the book, lacking common sense. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what happens when you burn out your critical thinking skills. When you only use one and not the other. It's hard to get ahead that way. You can get ahead easier with common sense and look at this guy. With common sense and thinking skills better than you can with book sense and book knowledge. Because you can find out what you need to find out. Or you can recruit the people that you need that has the skills or the book knowledge. You can recruit those people if you got common sense and the ability to do critical thinking and use logic. Look at this guy. This guy slowed down to my speed, below my speed, to let me over instead of just speeding up and going by. You see what I'm saying? What's the common sense in that? So you see what I'm talking about? This truck in front of me is matching my speed instead of following the people in front of him. Now you're gonna speed up with this truck passing. But that's pitiful. That's how most people are doing life. You're not thinking for yourself. You're not just doing your own thing. You're following the masses. You got the herd mentality. You're doing what other people do. You're paying too much attention to what other people are doing around you, and you are. Now this is two ways. I was gonna say you're adapting to that environment, but which is cool. You have to be able to adapt to your environment in certain situations. But when you only adapt to your environment and you don't use your own critical thinking skills, you're just like this guy in this pickup truck. Is he doing what I told you he was gonna do, or what? Did he speed up with that truck? Yes, he did. Again, going back to spending time on the road and gaining experience and being able to read traffic and knowing or picking up on the different habits and patterns that people do. That's why I was able to tell you that was going to happen. It's because I was able to see the pattern that matched how often I've seen that same thing happen before with other drivers. Driving style, the chess game of driving psychology. It's learning those patterns, making mental notes about those patterns, and keeping it in your database of memories about driving so that you can pull upon it later to read traffic. But anyway, back to the critical thinking skills. Do you see what I'm talking about now? This guy in this pickup truck, I wonder what other things are going on in his or her life. Because what did we just witness? Now this is somebody who believes everything that the news tells them. Believes if I don't even know if it's a man or a woman, but if he or she is a Republican or a Democrat, they believe everything that party leader or representative or spokesperson at the time, they believe everything that they say because he can't think for himself. He can't see that a lot of it is a farce. A lot of it is only to get his or her vote. You know, that's my opinion. Based on looking at a bigger picture and in their actions, you know. So there's another video I have that talk about black and white and gray area. To me, it's so easy to see that Republicans oftentimes are only doing things to play to the base of the party. It's not about improving the life of people. It's maintaining the vote of my constituents. I mean, of my party, of my group of people, my gang, my tribe. Same thing with Democrats. So to have a opinion that in order to deal with this issue, things must be done only in these ways. That's what both sides say. There's no coming together, there's no cooperation, there's no in between, there's no gray area, there's no possibility that part of what we propose is the best, and part of what you have proposed may have the best outcome. No, it's none of that. It's, this is everything that we need, and this is the way to do it, and that's all there is to it. That's ridiculous. But that guy driving that pickup truck would believe it.